Alrighty. Let me just test the audio as usual. Alright. Testing, 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 testing. Yeah. Pretty much fine. Maybe I could turn it up slightly. The music. It's weird because it's very loud for me, but maybe like that. Alright. Well, another night, late night coding. Got my cup of tea. So I was playing around with, before the stream, some decorators. I got them working finally. So yeah, basically it's just these little functions, which seems simple. I don't know why I didn't figure that out last time, but yeah, these little functions that run, I think they run when the Typescript compiler compiles this code, but I'm not 100% sure exactly when these run. But basically what I want to do, the point of these essentially is to expose variables to the editor. If anyone here has used Unity or Unreal before, they have a similar thing to this. But like if we have this light component, it's like the sun. If we click on that, details panel down here would basically show all the components on the actor, and then each of those components would show all the sort of like exposed properties. Basically, is my goal here. So I don't want every variable to show, because some of this is like kind of internal stuff and can't be serialized. But like I had some examples down here of stuff I wanted to look at with the shadow. So yeah, that's basically what I want to play around with a little bit. I'm trying to think if I fixed anything else. I did some styling on the scroll bar, and I added a refresh button here, which is helpful for basically refreshing this window. Oh, I added a an icon for the engine. So yeah, little bit of progress. This is sort of getting ready for the stream, but what I want to do is I'm trying to basically get to the point where I can implement this details panel essentially, but there's a lot of things that need to be in place before that. So we've got the outliner actor selection working. Still not the best way for it to be working, but it is working. So I'm going to basically try and get this reflection system up and running to see if it's going to be feasible to do things this way. My fallback approach is going to be something like, if I can't get reflection to work, I might just do like some sort of standard prefix like u prop underscore or something, and then I can look for every property on the object that starts with like that. The only problem with that is it's a little bit gross, so I prefer to do it with a decorator. And also a decorator I can add arguments here. I think it works like if I do test string like that. I might have to look up exactly how the arguments work, but there is a way to do arguments. I might have to use a factory for that, I think, or something. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so what I'm thinking is I'm using this directional light component as a test. What I'm thinking is maybe if I add reflection.cs or something, just my own reflection system. I think there was one, let me see if I can find it. If I look up Typescript reflection, there was one people were recommending this reflection metadata API. So I could probably fall back to this if needed, but this looks like, I don't know, something pretty serious. Like, I think this is for the actual like web standards committee or whatever, so this might be a little beyond me basically, so I'm going to try and basically write my own simple little system. We'll see how we go. I don't know. I'll have fun trying anyway, even if it doesn't work. So essentially what I'm thinking is if I have a export default class reflection, basically just a class to manage all this. I don't think I can do static classes, can I, in TypeScript? Nah. That's right. I'll just make everything static inside it. Then to link that to the decorators, let's see, close all this stuff. I'm thinking of basically doing so for these U properties, every time the compiler comes across one of these properties, I'm thinking maybe I'll see if I can like add it to a list or something. So I could do, you know what, maybe the best thing to do would be to just log out what this stuff is first. So I know what I'm dealing with here. Yeah, scene component. Wait, scene component? Oh, that's weird. So it's the parent class that comes through. I wonder why that is. But it does tell me the property name, which is helpful. Yeah, why the heck does it give me the parent name? Anyway, I'll figure that out, I guess, but essentially what I was thinking is, so key is the name of the property. So just to make this easy, I'll go prop name, property, and for some reason this is parent class. Yeah. So possibly I'm thinking of maybe doing like reflection. Wait, what is reflect? Maybe there's a reflection system built in. Well, whatever. I'm going to try to build my own, and if I can't, then we'll come back to this. So reflection. Dot, I think maybe like register property. And then parent class, and yeah, I guess just property name. I mean, I guess that's just it really. It's just forward it onto the reflection system. So if we declare that, I'm getting warnings about my bitrate. I'm not sure if, hopefully things look okay on the stream. Okay, so that should register properties. Let's see if I can get that printing. New property registered. Class. There we go. So yeah, 2 U properties got registered. When this came through, I think it was like a constructor, wasn't it? No. It's just any, but I wonder what the actual type would be then. Whatever. Because yeah, this is just telling me object, which I'd prefer that told me the actual object. So if that was like this, yeah, what is the type here? I don't know. Yeah, so that gets registered, and then what I was thinking is basically have a protected registered properties. Types. Let's go classes, and that can be a dictionary of dictionary of. Hey, welcome to the stream, Shaikh Balal. Probably butchered that, sorry. But yeah, welcome in. I'm trying to write a reflection system for my components in my game engine I'm making. So that I can sort of expose numbers like this on components. It's like the light brightness and stuff like that. Been working on this engine for about a week or so now, so yeah, getting through it a little bit. But yeah, I was just in the middle of struggling on what I should make this type. Registered classes would be, I'm not sure what the key would be, but the type, the value would be, I guess, a string array, property names. And I guess I'll just do class name as a string. And then default that. Alright. So when this registered class comes through, what is the best way to check if that dictionary contains something? I did that somewhere else recently. Where was it though? Somewhere in the editor maybe? Content browser. Toolbar, headband, no. Where did I do it? Content browser, engine. Here it is. Registered editor panels. But I don't really check if that contains something already. I think basically, I think it was like if property name in reflection registered property, no. So let's see, because basically what I would want to do is go reflection dot registered classes at that property name, no, at that parent class name. And that would be an array, so then I'd push onto that essentially the property name. But we're going to get all sorts of problems with that. Because, yeah, so the array's not created yet. If it is, add it, else. We can add it here. Then we can just set it to I'll just set it like that, I think. Yep, so both got registered. Now if I print this registry, yeah, the key is messed up. Yeah, the key's messed up because this comes through as any, and I need it to be like basically whatever this is. There it is. So let's see. object's class name will be parent class dot constructor dot name. That should have sorted it out. Let me refresh. Property my number on directional light components. Yeah, directional light component has my string. Directional light component has wait, that's not right. So one of these failed, which would be why has that only got one thing in it both times? My number has nothing in it, so for that it adds, yep, that's right. Then we push the property name, which is my number. Okay. And now we're looking for my string. Oh, that's why I've got the wrong thing here. I'm supposed to be looking for the class name. My bad. Right. I think this is going pretty well though. Directional light component, it detected has my number, my string. I'm sure this is not particularly thrilling to watch, but it's very, I don't know, I just love this type of stuff. I don't know why. Cool, so that is all getting registered properly, which is good, through reflection. So now for an example, if I do, what's another one? Skylight component. This is another one, so I could have like protected light color equals what is that first type there? 3 color representation. Light color. intensity, like just starting with those, I guess. By default. Yeah, so now I can just do property, not like that. Would I call it U property? There we go. And now it should have detected that. There we go. Yeah, registered light color and intensity. Nice. And let me just make sure this reflection data is working good. So I'll just output that. And okay, directional light component my number. Directional light component string. And then skylight component, light color. Yeah, beauty. This is working great. Intensity. Cool. And then now the app can read that data, I'm pretty sure. So now that that's there, let me start over here. I'll commit first. I also have U classes in, but I haven't really got a use for them just yet. Right, so what I want to now do is get this data actually showing in the details panel. So if I click on one of these, what I want to have happen is the details panel shows the components, and then depending on which component I have selected, it changes the details. So to do that is going to require a little bit of work, but let's see, where is details panel? Okay, details panel is gonna need to know, like, let's try and think of the best way to do this. So in the outliner, I guess we'll start there. What's happening right now is the selected actors are basically stored in the UI, which is horrible, because that means no other part of the engine can like easily use that, just the outliner component, which is this little bit here. So really what I want to do is take the input from this on which thing I select and send it to the editor itself. So I will try and figure that out real quick. Yeah, so I guess open the editor. Detected, selected actors. That will be an array of actors. None by default, and just make a public function somewhere. Selected actors. Okay, and pretty much just this dot selected actors equals actors. Okay, so now what I want is some sort of hook for that, for, I guess, for the UI. Yeah, it's going to need to be for the UI. I still haven't figured this out yet. If anyone has any tips, feel free to let me know. But what I want to link up is the editor scripts kind of live outside the life cycle of the React. Like I create the React stuff, but like it's its own kind of object, the editor. What I want to have happen is basically be able to control, have these React panels be able to listen for state change, but not their own state, I guess is the easiest way to explain it. But yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. If anyone has tips, though, I'd love to be all ears. Actors, cool. So now when we click stuff, what I need to have happen is set selected actors to be just that actor. Yeah, so that's all good, but now I need to somehow link this up. I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. Maybe another use effect, which is basically just for mounts. Pretty sure you can have multiple of these. So literally just when this actor spawns, we do like window.editor dot on actor selection set changed, maybe dot add listener. And then we do const on actor selection set changed. Yeah, set changed like that, and then we pass this here. Though this will come back with, I might as well come back with the data. So data or payload maybe. And then this is the point where we could rebuild yeah, rebuild that stuff. Set selected. So even when an actor spawns now, we don't. Oh no, we do care. Shit. Okay, that's fine. But we could just rebuild the selection data. I think this is probably the way you're supposed to do this. React stuff. Yeah, okay. So on selection, so on actor selection set change. Public, and that will be a event, I guess. Maybe I'll call it U event. U event. Default class, yeah. So potentially I could put the arguments in there somewhere with a generic. For now, I'm not going to bother. So a U event will have add listener. Which will take the type. You know what? That can just be equal to payload any void callback. There we go. So add event listener. Oh really? I didn't know that that's... Oh, because we're in a function scope, not a class scope. Yeah, I understand. The order matters on this stuff. Okay, is selected if okay, I need to build this for the first time, I guess. Or rebuild it every time, I suppose. Let me just take all that out. Okay, so on the payload, we're gonna have const actor array, or no, selected actors equals payload dot selected actors. Okay, so that'll come through from the event, which gets sent out actually right here. Oh no, that just listens for it. yeah, we set the actor selection set right here, and then we'll broadcast it from there. Okay. So pretty much we want to for each through this, and then actor selection state const new actor array. I think even if it's const, I can still add to it, right? Yeah, pretty sure I can. Okay, so push, and now we don't need to do any of this because we can just check the active state. And that will be if selected actors dot contains, which I know we don't have yet, actor, and then we just put that here. That should rebuild the data structure we need to repaint the UI. Basically the list in the outliner. Now I just need that contains function. Can you, in Typescript, write an extension method? You can. Okay, so apparently array dot prototype dot add dot contains equals function, and that's the element this is gonna get messy, whatever. I'll just write a helper function. Any array there we go. So then I can do array dot for each element index. We don't need index, and then we can return if the element is t. Wait. No, is item. Then return true, otherwise return false. Oh, does it not? It probably doesn't like me using that type of for each. Okay, it's fine. Will be an old school for loop, won't there? Surely. There we go. Jesus Christ, that took a long time to find. For element of array. If item equals element, return true. Okay, that should do it. So now this is array, no, yeah, array contains new actor array, and the actor, selected actors. There we go. Getting there slowly, my goodness. Okay, so now that should rebuild the whole UI, I believe. Which engine? I am building my own right now. So yeah, but it is based off Unreal. I've broken a lot of stuff recently, but oh, I put this in the wrong spot. Hang on, that was not supposed to go there. Add the listener there. Yeah, so I just started building this recently, but I'm trying to make my own game engine. Okay, so that selection is good. Now we add the listener. Ah, that's right, that's what we were doing. Broadcast. Maybe invoke is a better term. And we'll invoke with the payload. Okay, and then this will have a protected listeners, which will be a callback array. There we go. So now basically just listeners dot add dot push callback and listeners equals callback. Let's see. There we go. I think that will remove it. I appreciate it. All the best to you as well. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Shaik. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so then when we invoke, basically we just do list all listeners dot for each. And then pretty much just call the callback with this payload. That's pretty much the extent of this event. Yeah, which means now, so we're adding a listener here, and then I should also remove it. So destructor, remove the listener as well. Cool. So now when this fires, that will, yeah, re-trigger everything. So is that happening? No. That's not getting called. Because I never broadcast it, that's why. I do set the data here. Yep, which is going through. But then when I change this, I need to actually broadcast the event. Or invoke. What do I call it? This is why I need types. When I pull the data out from the payload, selected actors. There we go. So that event should get invoked. Yeah, which it's a little bit sketch. We've got 3 listeners going on. It does appear to be working again though. Yeah, what the hell? Why do we have so many listeners? Okay, well, one thing I could do is try to remove the listener before I add it. Yeah, now we only have 1. No, wait, we have 2 still? I don't know why we have so many. Whatever, problem for another time. Yeah, so this is now hooked up in a better way where the data, I know this looks exactly like what we started with, but the data now is getting piped through the editor rather than just living in the outliner, and the outliner kind of rebuilds the data. Yeah, which is way better. So now I need to also replace this, probably just with a function called rebuild. Rebuild outliner list or something. And that code will also get put right here. And then this code gets put in that function, yeah. So that way when we spawn an actor, it still works as well. Whoa. And this now isn't the payload, it's window.editor.get selected actors. Cool. Does the same thing. So now this can just be underscore. Or I believe you can just leave this off, can't you, and it's still fine? Yeah. So now if I add a cube, it also repaints. Yeah, that's way better than this mark dirty stuff I was doing. Which I think I can get rid of now. Possibly. Wait. That was in the wrong spot. Okay. Refresh. And there's nothing by default because I also need to rebuild it when it initially spawns. Okay. Cool. So now we don't have any is dirty stuff, I don't think. We just say when an actor spawns, could I not just do like this? Make it even tidier? Possibly? Yeah, that also works. So, I mean, that saves me having to create multiple functions here. Add listener. Yeah, and you notice how when I refreshed then it actually kept the edited data, which is nice. When I compiled that through. That's another benefit of not losing it every time the component renders. But yeah, so this is good. I need to pick up the pace if I want to make any more progress in this, but outline is fixed. And now the benefit is the details panel can read either this callback or this to see what has been selected. So let me commit all this. And also added uEvent. The uEvent is basically just like a, in my opinion, better event system than like strings like that. Like I actually can get auto completion because it's actually a variable on the editor. The only downside is it does couple me to the editor. Like this is just straight up string. This means I need a reference to the editor to be able to access this property. So both have their uses, but I do prefer this when possible. Right, I am running out of steam a little bit here, I'm going to be honest, but I'd love to see if I can get these reflected properties showing in the quickest possible way. So let me go to details panel, and now we need to figure out how to just display this basically. So Well, this needs a use effect as well, clearly, because I need to bind into when the selection set changes. So window.editor. On actor selection set changed. Dot add listener. Display details for that. Okay. Do that, and then display details by default also. Okay. So we're gonna have probably, I don't know, H2 something. Actor name. Start there. Let's get the actor name to show here when I have one selected. So display details will run, which means use state const display actor set display actor null, and now in here we can set display actor to be hey, welcome back, Pixapple. I do like streaming. You're right. I do like streaming. How have you been? Window editor. Get. Select actors. If selected actors is greater dot length is greater than 0, then set the display actor to the first one. Otherwise, we will just set it to null, I guess. That's the wrong brackets. What's the problem here? Oh, I need to type this with actor. That's right. There we go. And it hates that, so it has to be actor or null. Cool. So now we can do display name. There we go. So now it changes depending on which thing. Wait. Why is my selection not changing now? Wait, what? Oh dear. What did I do? Outliner. Oh wait, it's back. it's not updating when I select stuff now. Yeah, what the heck? Okay. How about this? Is this running? Yeah, that's running. Okay, this is running. This is being invoked. Yeah, the semicolon's optional, yeah. Yeah, and I've got a plugin thing, a linter, where if I save like without a semicolon like that, it'll add one for me. So I can never forget a semicolon. It's super helpful. I'm just wondering what I did to break this so quickly. I have a theory that it's when I switch to anonymous functions like that. Maybe I need rebuild, yeah. Yeah, I think it might be. So I'll do const on actor selection set changed. Okay, and now we can use that instead here and here. It might be when I remove it actually. Yep, and now rebuild the UI. Yeah, that was the problem. I think I might have been hitting the destructor, which removed the anonymous function, which I think made it so I couldn't bring it back again, which is super weird. Right, so now back to the details panel. Why is this not? Same problem. Surely I could just link it like this then. And then return remove listener. There we go. Okay, so that's back again, but I broke the other one. What the hell's going on? If you get a problem in code, how do you solve it? That is a good question, and it's kind of hard to give an answer to. So, like, I'm having an issue right now with, you can see this is changing to whatever I click in this list, but the thing I click isn't turning blue. So there's an example of an issue, but I guess the way I go about solving it is just try and like figure out where in the code, like at what point in the code the problem is happening. So like you could delete stuff or return or whatever early or breakpoint, and then once I find out where it's happening, I kind of just keep narrowing in until I'm on the line basically, and then figure it out from there. Kind of hard to explain actually. Sometimes Googling error messages helps. I think the biggest piece of advice though when you're having a problem is to have faith that you'll be able to solve it, because honestly most things with programming, you just have to have kind of blind faith that you'll figure it out. And if you lose that, it's easy to give up. So just believe in yourself, you'll figure it out. Like right now, I have no idea how to fix this issue, but I am sure I'll figure it out. Hopefully before I fall asleep, though. I'm pretty tired. It must be a problem with these events. Event listeners. I guess because I'm removing all the time. Yeah, it's because I'm removing all the time. There we go. Fixed. So now I want to, when I'm displaying the details, go through, yeah. Set all that stuff. I want to say, I guess I have to make I should make a folder for it actually. What kind of programming do you do? Random account, if any? Just out of interest. I know Pixapple said he was doing HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which is cool. Where are you going to publish it? I'm not sure. I guess I can put it up on GitHub at some point. I'm not sure if I'll release it to the public or what I'll do with it, honestly. At the moment, it's just like a little fun project I do after work. I've always kind of wanted to build a game engine. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Depends how far along I get with it, to be honest. So this is good. This is good. Details panel. I'm surprised that is happy with me moving that file, but that's good. Now I want to put component details. Is the volume okay for you guys, by the way? Like my voice and the music and the typing and everything? It's really hard for me to tell sometimes. Return component details. Okay, so now what I want to do is, well, still in this panel, is return. Perfect, nice. Good to hear it. I want to do something like display actor dot get. Oh, I don't ever get all components on actor. I have get a specific component. Get all components. Do you have you messed around with game engines much, Pixapple, or anyone on the stream, out of interest? That will return an actor component array, and we just return this. I'd be interested to know what kind of features you guys might like to see in it. I was going to do a 2D engine, but then I thought, screw it, we'll just 3D and then maybe add 2D later. Get all components dot map, and map that component to did I screw up the syntax? Yep, I did. Get all components dot map component What's going on? Component. Ah, there we go. I had too many brackets. Okay, so now I want to display details panel, component details, with components like that. Yeah, that's good. And now in the component details, I need to pass in props. Interface I component details props. Did not start yet. Made simple games in Roblox Studio from tutorials. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Good luck on your journey to success. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by not only once but twice. I really appreciate it. So we will take in a component. Like that, and that will be the type, the props. And now, can I do props dot component dot, please tell me I have a get name. I don't have a get name. Okay. Display name, and that can be returned this dot constructor dot name. Okay, there we go. So now we've got the components being listed out. Now, the moment of truth, I want to try and list out below that the property names. So, and obviously all this code's ugly, and I'll fix it. The UI, but I just want to see if the data can come through. I want to test the reflection system. So can I then? Yeah. So we return that. Probably have to put that in. We can put it in a div, it's fine. I try not to shit up the DOM too much with divs, but in this case it will help. Okay, and then now we make a property component. Default class, no, function. Component property. Okay. Could you share some of the developers you admire? Yeah, for sure. So I make games during the day, not game engines. And so I look up to a lot of like game programmers, I guess. One is you. No, not that for sure. Yeah, so there's like John Carmack and that from back in the days. Pretty awesome. But yeah, probably Chris Sawyer from the Tycoon games. Trying to think, you put me on the spot here. Obviously Notch from Minecraft was a huge inspiration. Notch and Jeb. In fact, that's why I started making games. There's also a few YouTubers like the Cherno on YouTube. yeah, I don't know. Quite a few people. Always looking to learn from people. Sometimes I watch Jonathan Blow's streams. He's pretty good. What about you, random account? Who do you look up to? So the component property coming through. So I don't know what the type of the property is really going to be. Name? Maybe. Export. Interface. Whereabouts in the world are you from? Random. I don't know if you can tell by my accent, but I'm from New Zealand, which is below Australia. Property. Yeah, I guess. Because in reflection, I don't actually have a getter yet. Yeah, okay. I should have done that. Public static. Get properties of parent class. And yeah, see, that's, I guess, just gonna return, like, have to return a string for now. But really I need a U property like class type, so for now it will be a string array. So we'll do let prop names equals empty string array. Man, this is a lot of work to get this working, but this is like a huge core of the engine, this reflection class. So once it's working, it's going to make everything a lot smoother going forward. We're still pretty low level in this stuff right now. So the property names. So now I just need to, for each registered classes, class name dot for each prop name. Oh wait, that's it. Just return that. Cool. So component property is gonna take prop name, which is a string. Nevin ready to loose go code with Harry is snippet. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of any of them, but I'll definitely be sure to look them up. Good call. Component props. Okay, so now if I just print prop name, maybe it's a list item just to be sort of clear on the syntax here, but props.prop name. They're new at YouTube. Oh, I see. That's cool. Yeah, I definitely am pretty new at YouTube as well. So unordered list, and then we do reflection. Is kind of the moment of truth to see if this all works. Get properties of props dot component dot map prop name wait, I already forgot how to map. There's too many freaking things open. Details panel. That's why. It's a function. That's why I keep getting confused. That maps to component property. And that's going to complain about the prop name. Yep. So then we just say prop name is this. And then pray that this works. Oh my gosh, it does. Oh, and then I crashed it. What was the crash? Cannot read properties of undefined reading map. Component details, line 15. Oh, I see. Yeah. So like I shouldn't really basically do any of this if there is no component. Wait, why would there be no component? Oh, right, because there's no, I see, registered properties of it. Can I just do a cheeky little thing like that? Yep, that works. It's a bit hacky, but that works. All right, that's awesome. So the one final touch is just to show what the value actually is. So to quickly try that, we'll do equals and then const get property value prop name that will be any, I suppose. I don't really actually know how I do a return type on these functions. Yeah, but I should be able to. So get property value, I actually need to know what the component is. Components, actor, component. Props dot component. Okay, so now that I know what the component is, I should be able to return props dot component props dot prop name, and then hopefully this will show the value of those properties. Wow, it does. Nice, okay, well that wasn't as hard to write a reflection system as I thought. So what's happening here is like this skylight is showing all its components. One of the components is a skylight component, so the skylight actor has a skylight component, and inside that skylight component it's showing these two variables, and these are the variables that I marked with uProperty. So it's actually kind of like reading its own source code to show what these values are, which is pretty awesome. It's kind of like that, reading its own source code. What's actually happening is when this compiles, it's keeping a track of this name and this class. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Pretty happy with that. So yeah, I guess I just need to get some of this tidied up. I probably need to support like custom property editors for different types. Like numbers should be like a box that you can only type a number in, or maybe a slider, like a color picker, like a checkbox for booleans, stuff like that. There's always more work to do, but yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, because that light color is actually a color, but it's showing as a number. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna handle displaying different types like that. But anyway, I'm gonna leave the stream there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Nice to have a few of you stop back in who came yesterday. Yeah, we'll catch you in the next stream.